Oh, chill out. Hey y'all. Ooh, hot. Say hello on the walk-in. Get this shit going. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Spain you. All right, on time. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the I'm Not Impressed show. I am your host, Mother of Gotti. Gotti's over there in the corner. Real quick, I always get into my personal life. I took Gotti to the vet yesterday, and I always think these little cocksuckers, they know how much people really love their dogs. So I think they just, say things or. I took Gotti to the vet yesterday, and the veterinarian came in the office. And he's like, "Hey, well, just don't even warm me up, spit on it or nothing. Just said, hey, so your dog is blind." I'm just like, I've heard something like that. Not exactly just blind. What do you mean? Like he chases toys, he chases food. Well, he's blind in this eye, and he's almost blind in the other eye. Have a nice day. I'm like, God damn, no options, no nothing. So when I woke up this morning, I called a ophthalmologist for dogs, and I just, long story short, $5,000 quoted. I think these people are in on it together. I think they know the psyche of humans. We love animals more than we love. I would let if the doctor pulled me in a room and said, "Hey, your brother Nigel, he's partially blind, but hey, you can. Nigel still has a chance. $5,000. Nigel will just get a cane on for Christmas and we'll call it a day." But they know that we love these little fur. Let me do a check. They know we love these little furry animals more than we love our siblings. Let me see if this guy looks blind. Um, look too soon. He's not fucking blind. Oh shit! They got me too. No, they almost had me. They told me 5,000 USD to get you to. Hey Kenya, hey Wandy, hey baby. Why would they? It is a scam. Listen. Oh, what the fuck? We're gonna tell me he's using his nose to follow the scent? You smell that BBL on my finger? He smells the BBL. He says it smells like broccoli. Beat it, kid. Well, anyway, I I think I'm gonna keep my 5,000 and buy a lobster roll. But anyway, guys, welcome to the show. I just had to share that. Oh, I'm a Georgia peach, born by the river. I'm not a New Yorker anymore. Anyway, these people know how much we love our pets, so I think they're in on it together, and they just want to take our money. Cause $5,000, the boy can see. All right, let's just go roll into the show. Do I want to start with my Twitter? Sure, why not? I really hate covering Kanye stories, but it's on the internet. We have to do it. So, Kanye went on DJ Academics about 3 days ago, and I was showing y'all some clips on the last show. Uh, Something wrong with the boy. This is a clip that we watched, but it's just so funny. How is this? No, this is why. This is how he explains the Klux robes.
Here's look up to me, and I want to make their lives even harder for the portion of them that decide to start dressing like me. You think it's hard to get a job when your name is Aquarius? Now have them show up to the job interview in a black KKK outfit. And then the guy interviewing them asks if they can remove their hood for the job interview, and when
It
they
doesn't
do,
make
they'll
sense.
be
I don't want
wearing
to
a
do it.
wave
Hey,
cap with
Twin Mom. I
swastikas
don't.
on it.
He's just talking to talk. He also texts academics after the show. You know, like how you have a podcast and then some things. Hey, Sophian, during the podcast, you're like, well, that didn't make sense. Um, this is a text thread between academics and Kanye after the podcast. I guess academics got some questions and then shot them over to Kanye. Um, Kanye's in the gray, academics is in the blue. Academic says to Kanye, Charlemagne says Jay-Z doesn't own your masters. Is that true? So I don't know if you guys remember from the last show, or maybe you didn't even see it. He was just like, fuck Jay-Z. Jay-Z owns my masters. He doesn't care about me. Hey, Super Cam. Welcome, first timer. Um, so now, I guess after people saw the interview, they're just like, what does he talk about? Jay-Z does not own Kanye's masters. Kanye responds and says, you know what? I'm not sure. So why'd you say it? So why did you put on a mask and say it out of your muffled masked mouth that look at Jay-Z, he owns my masters, but he doesn't give a fuck about my kids being trafficked. And in normal Kanye fashion, he avoids answering why he said it, and he brings up another topic that's 100% unrelated. You know what? I'm not sure. Charlemagne won't speak up on how those women are trafficking by black kids. And thank you for posting how Chloe is promoting an 11-year-old black girl acting too grown. He won't speak up on my position on the Jews. He'll only speak against me. What if 80% of what I say is fact and the other 20 is opinion? Or something I was misinformed about. My sentiment is still this nigga's retarded. I don't know why people are so adamant on banning the word retarded when retarded is alive and well. It's right. The retarded is in the room with us. No one is going to speak against you and the women that are trapping your black-ish kids because you sat there and you chose to lay down, and some of the times you didn't lay down, you guys just paid for it, and that's not a problem. I'm just saying because I'm evil. You chose to have about four of those blackish kids with her, and now you want our help. It's not happening. Let's see what else happened in the text message. I'm not a nigga who understands publishing and masters usage. That's crazy because you are a businessman, a billionaire, and you've been in the industry over 20 years. But now when someone says, hey, Kanye, that doesn't make sense what you said about Jay. He doesn't. So you, okay, let's say, this is the Libra scale. Let's say that you do not know, and that kind of does make sense to me. But nonetheless, let's say that you do not understand publishing and master usage. You would still understand who owned your masters because that is your money. Kanye, stop playing. Kanye can only talk to people that are stupid and impress them. Kanye can't talk to anybody with sense. That's why he will call academics like, yo, bro, I'm coming over there because, oh, I need a dummy, right? Cool. I'm not a nigga who understands publishing and master usage. Sure. I always ask, what's the point of owning the master tapes if you don't own the tape deck? Stop playing, Kanye. So who does Charlemagne say owns them? I'm happy I said it out loud so I could find out. That's not how you find out things. You do research. You don't just go on a tangent and scream and have a temper tantrum because you need attention and say, oh, you know what? I'm glad I had the temper tantrum because if I didn't, I wouldn't have found out who owns my masters. That's not the way you do things. But you knew that already. Niggas been blackballed from having any legal representation. It's not blackballed. You're a liability. Nobody wants to work with you or around you. Kanye, stop playing in people's face. It's tired. It's tired. You're tired. I'm tired. All right. So that's what's going on over in KKK land. Let's see what else is going on. Okay. I don't know when this is from. I am just really impressed with everything Jay-Z. This is a clip of Jay-Z accepting. No, he was being inducted to the Hall of Fame in speech. This is a guy that takes words and pairs them together in ways that I couldn't fathom. So for that, I'm impressed. Don't know when this was, but I really did like the speech because he shouted out a lot of the rappers that he felt was the influence to his rapping style. And it's so funny. I'm going to show you why.
Chuck D,
Let's
he gave
pull it
us
up from
so
the top.
heroes helped me again. I thought back to, what made them so great. And what made them great is they was 100% authentic to who they were. LL, he opened up the doors for us to be vulnerable. When I'm alone in my room, I'm always saying that. Sometimes he gave us a most.
Pause that right there. Who's that smiling ear to ear? Hold on.
Sometimes he
I know that ain't who I think it is. LL Cool J has been on 17 podcasts and stages crying about Jay-Z don't give no respect. Jay-Z don't give no respect. Jay-Z's a hater. Jay-Z's the Jay. And now look at him. clapping like a monkey about to get a banana. Niggas kill me, boy. Niggas kill me, boy. But let's see what else he has to say.
He gave us emotional intelligence. And then KRS-One, he was a teacher. And at that time, it wasn't even cool to be smart. Like, if you had a book, they'd be like, look at this nigga with a book. And he made it cool for us to have books and be smart. Rakim gave us knowledge itself. And he had like a big, vast vocabulary that he never cursed. And I was like, how is he saying all this fresh shit without cursing? And Chuck D, he gave us social commentary, and that shit was slap. Like, all the songs was like amazing, like slappers. And then, you know, Big Daddy Kane, he was just like a black exploitation film walking. Yeah. Like, he had like a flat top, and he could like rap hardcore and jump over his leg and do a split. It was like the blackest person of all time. You know, so I was like, oh, I got it. I gotta be 100% authentically myself. Heroes.
And there you have it, boys and girls. That may be cool, that may be cool, and that may be cool, but it's not you. You have to be 100% unapologetically yourself. But LL Cool J is a dick licker. But anyway, this is from 2021. I just had to play it because everything Jay-Z is so impressive to me in a world where I'm not impressed with anything. But moving along, what else we got going on the internet? I am so hot. I almost pulled my wig off, but I am so ugly under this wig, so I just have to melt. So this is from the Club Shay Shay interview with Just Hilarious. He had a new one that dropped yesterday with Damon Wayans. I will tap into that one in a second. But this is Just Hilarious talking about Nick Cannon. You know, she worked for Nick Cannon under Wildin' Out for a little while. She says Nick Cannon may get angry, and it wouldn't be the first time Nick got angry at me about a comment. I know he loves all his children dearly, but goddamn, you're purposely doing this? Let's see.
And up, and now he's overcompensating for something he couldn't compensate for. That's just what it is, you know. He may get angry at that. It wouldn't be the first time Nick got mad at me about a comment. But, you know, I don't know. And not to say that he's just making kids for the fun of it.
He is.
But,
Seems like he's making kids for the fun of it.
You know, that's what it seems like. But I know he loves all of his children dearly, you know. But, yeah, I'm just like, God damn, you're purposely doing this.
Yeah.
You're purposely doing this. So.
You blame him or the ladies that's allowing him to know he's purposely doing this?
Well, I would honestly say it would have to be on the woman, right? Yeah. Because it's your body. He ain't the one having the kids. Men,
and you know it.
Yeah, men can't have kids.
Right.
I'm going to say it for the people in the back. Men can't have kids. Right. So, you know, it's the women.
Maybe the first
you make that decision.
Maybe the first two they didn't know.
Yeah.
But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, come on now. And then the one that's brewing right now, probably, if it is one. I don't know. But we never know. Because ever since they said Elon Musk got
13.
Now Meek Mill and Nick and all of them, they like, oh no, we can't. We must.
But Elon Musk is worth $430 billion.
That's what I keep trying to tell these.
There's a difference.
Because one thing niggas gonna do is nig. And I keep telling them, y'all can't nig with him.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You can't do that.
I mean.
Yeah. And Meek.
Just for people who think the money counts, money cannot compensate for actually physically being there for kids. Not my problem. Speaking of only women can have the kids and the choice is yours. Let's go over to Instagram where I saw one of Ant-Man's many baby mothers. You guys know her because we don't even know her name. Aisha Howard. I only know because it's in the caption. I read whatever's on the teleprompter. So this is the girl, lady rather. She's up there in age. This is the woman, ma'am, that is the most popular out of all his baby mothers. Even though he has a baby mother that's actually his girlfriend, this one is the one that we know the most. Very embarrassing. You're his girlfriend, but people... Anyway, boy, with that money make a hoe do. This is the one that we know the most because she's the most controversial. She is the one that has the baby that he really, really, really doesn't want any attachment to. So yesterday, there was an article that showed that he told, I don't know what the ghetto people that have to pay child support go through. Let's just say child services, just something that I'm unfamiliar with. He told the people over at child services, I don't want to have to deal with these people month by month. can I just pay them out a flat rate? It's the go fuck yourself rate. Can I get the go fuck yourself rate plan? And they said, sure, sir. But inflation, I don't give a fuck about inflation. Give me the overage, send me the invoice, and get these people the fuck out of my life. And they said, okay, sir, that will be 1,200,000. And he said, you know what? Let's round up. Let's just give them 1.2 and tell them to go fuck themselves. Right? So this is it right here. 23-year-old Anthony Edwards has three active paternity cases. Three active paternity cases. Told the judge he wants nothing to do with the kids and the women and are moving they are moving states to extort him. He'll only acknowledge the baby he had with Lil Baby's BM. They don't even give her a name. But this is what you want. You are no longer Aisha Howard. You are Lil Baby's BM. And in the contract, let's see if this article has it. Because you know she tried to go over to California. I am not a robot. Oh, these get so complicated. I'm like, am I a robot? Because I be failing these tests. Okay, you know what? Tests give me anxiety. There has to be another article. It is hot as shit in my house. Anyway, the number is around 1.2 million, right? And she goes, you guys are picking on me because I'm pretty. You guys, pretty hurts. You guys wouldn't understand. Here she goes.
I've also come to realization that there are just certain allegations that I will never, ever beat with you guys. I came into this situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and I have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no beating those allegations at all. The only thing that irritates me is I read comments that say, oh, you're a gold digger, or you kept the baby for a check. What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with to the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? Oh, you kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check.
Yo, you know what I realized today? I just unrelated but related. God made so many different kind of brains, and it's hard to think outside of your own level of thinking. But there's people that are really, really dumb, and they're not on the same frequency, so you're not meant to understand them, and they're not meant to understand you. So arguing would be frivolous. Arguing would be your level of frequency of thinking and mine, and it just wouldn't be worth it. Because this frequency is at a very, very low pulse. And I'm looking to see if she's joking and she's not, and it just tapped into me. You can't make sense out of things that don't make sense. So don't even go down. Don't dive into that frequency. But since this is a show where we have to do it, we're going to do it. Okay. So the first thing that bothered me was her calling being the mother of a rapper a status. Being that I have this status, that's where you're wrong. You're a bitch that has a baby for a nigga that has a pending open investigation, and he may be going to jail for a while. And when he goes to jail, the kid won't have a relationship with his father, and that will deeply affect the way that child behaves, thinks, and raises his own family. That's not a status. That's the situation that you're in. If you think it's a status, that shows me that I have to look down to talk to you because your frequency is down there. Let's start there. You think you have a status because you have a baby for someone who raps into a microphone. Awesome. Cool. Maybe a great father. Matter of fact, he is. Now, that's not a status. You are treating your looks like you are a protected class. Oh my God, I am pretty and I have a body. People don't understand this life. You guys are pretty hurts. So damn pretty. Sorry, TLC. But you're a dummy. I would rather be kind of funny looking, a little fat, got a little limp in my leg before I be handicapped with the fucking brain that you have. Because that brain, baby, it needs to be donated to science after. You are trying to either lie to us or yourself about the motive. You are treating the child like a job. And in that job, you already had a plan. I'm going to work for 6 months. I'm going to break my leg. I'm going to get workers' comp and unemployment, and then I'm going to get paid out. You use your fucking child as a plan. If the father at hand worked at Best Buy, best believe that baby would just be a thought, okay? A thought and a prayer. It's because he plays in the NBA you kept the baby. Why would you pretend? Baby, you know what I like about people that are usually the villain? I like villains that understand that they are the balance that the world requires. You can't have sun without rain. You can't have summer without winter. You can't have ugly without pretty. So we need hero versus villain. And god damn it, if somebody got to do it, it's me. You over here pretending that you're the victim because you got paid $1.2 million to lay on your back, and then you want to bully the broke bitches. But guess what? Some of them broke bitches have the father in the home, and their child won't grow up to be a statistic or a maniac or one of those kids you start seeing hurting animals and you be like, yeah, he need to go see a psychiatrist. You be like, well, I didn't have a dad. You are literally creating a little maniac in the making, but you got your coins right, so you value money over your children. And guess what? And that's okay. But don't come here and pretend that you're the victim and you have this hard life because your ass is so plump and firm, and you so pretty that no one. Girl, go fuck yourself. Go count your money because it's gonna run out, because you don't look really too smart. You don't look like you got anybody in your ear. Like, okay, bitch, you win this time, but this is what you do with the money. You look like you're gonna buy 2 bags and a couple of nights out at Copacova hookah, and it's gonna be done before the baby is 2. So go enjoy that and go. This is a plan and a cycle. Let me get him. You're just gonna have to go on to the next guy. And guess what? You up there with me. You probably got another 2 years and the eggs is dried and you have to find a new hustle and you don't look that bright. But to each his own. Just stop playing in our faces. We don't got the time. So that's what's going over in bird brain land. And that's just what it is. All right, moving on to the next story. My house is so hot. Oh my God. I want to pull this week off so bad. But I won't. What else is going on? What's this? Oh, I don't care. Okay, so the last episode, you guys aren't going to believe me when I say I don't try to be mean, right? If I'm trying to be mean, there's 3 things. Either I'm trying to be funny, and that's mean, but I'd rather be funny than nice any day. I'm going to be mean because that's just what I feel like doing. And then there's times I don't want to be mean, but I'm so real, it's still going to come off mean. That's where we are with Will Smith. I don't want to be mean. Who wants to be mean to Will Smith? I don't. But I just don't understand the revival of something that doesn't need to be revived. And this is just my opinion. Okay. But he's on tour right now. We're gonna do the podcast tour. We're gonna do a little rapping. Oh, it's terrible. And I thought the worst piece of literature, if you will, from him was a piece that we did the last episode where he was growling. And no, something dropped yesterday that was, it topped it. It's worse than that. So, you guys, how long is this clip? We can cringe together for a minute and 56 seconds, right? We got no choice. Here we are.
Will Smith is canceled.
Oh, you can't cancel no icon.
He walking around like he all invincible or somebody.
Don't be messing with Will.
He the Fresh Prince.
Who the fuck Will Smith think he is? And that boy damn crazy how he raising them kids.
What?
No, he is.
Yes, he is.
No, he is.
Yes, he is. And I ain't never gonna forgive him for that shit he did.
What?
I mean, Will Smith used to be cool.
He's still the shit. He can fit your whole house in his pool.
I don't know. I mean, he rich, but he ain't rich.
Boy,
I don't even remember the last flick he did.
You don't remember Aladdin? What about Men in Black?
Yeah.
I know your badass watch Bad Boys. I know you remember that.
What's the soundtrack?
I heard he down bad.
I heard he won the Oscar, but he had to give it back.
And you know they only made him do that shit because he's black.
He don't need it. He the first to win a Grammy for rap.
That's a fact.
He put all of Philly on his back.
Bottom line, y'all, Will Smith is whack.
I mean, he rich, funny, and sexy, too. You wish you had a Jada Pinkett next to you.
Him and Jada both crazy, girl. What you talking about? You better keep his wife's name out of your mouth.
You talking shit. But if he came right now, you'd be like, come in, Mr. Smith, would you please sit down?
Hell nah. I'd be like, come get a fade, cause all your haircuts I seen on the big screen been lame.
One thing's for sure, you can't call him lazy.
I ain't trying to call him lazy, I'm calling the nigga crazy. One classic album, what that make him Jay-Z? Jay-Z plus movies and TV.
Look, he's still the GOAT. Bad Boys came in first.
I don't like his damn music. That nigga don't fucking curse.
He gon' drop a new record like we all gon' forget. He need to take another year and untangle some shit.
Oh my.
Who the fuck Will think he is? He only still relevant because of his kids.
No, he is.
Yes, he is.
No, he
yes,
is.
he is. And I ain't never gonna forgive him for that shit he did.
Oh, shit. Hey, minute black.
Come in, Mr. Smith. Would you like to sit down? Sit down. Sit down.
Jada, I completely understand. When you are married to a man, this is how, if anyone ever got proposed to, right? And you didn't know if you wanted to say yes, because people get cold feet. This is what you have to ask yourself in your mind. Every time this man walks through the door, do you get excited? Do you feel something? Does he give you like a little life? If the answer is no, that nigga ain't for you. Now look at that Will Smith. Oh my God. I just said I don't want to be mean. I'm just trying to be real. Will Smith is so... It doesn't give me a pulse. It just... Someone somewhere likes it. He is so cringy. And this whole, I'm going to say all my accolades so you guys can think I'm cool, and it still didn't work. He talked about all his movies, his Grammys. I think even one of the little characters had real snot on his nose. And we were supposed to go, damn, Will Smith is cool. No. Stop. You know what? Do you still have that pen from Men in Black? When you flash it and everybody forgets, you still got a chance. You can flash. I'll even pretend I forgot. If you promise to stop doing this, bring back the Men in Black pen. Bring back Agent Frank. You could even use Gotti as the new Agent Frank to make it real, right? Flash it. It's not going to work. I'm going to pretend. And maybe when I pretend I forgot, there goes Agent Frank. You need a new Agent Frank. We can get a little money off of this. Hey, come. We need some money. I got the Agent Frank. I'm gonna pretend I forgot everything, and then we'll all just call it even. But you can't keep doing this. You can't keep doing this because it ain't right. But anyway, Jada, I understand. You. No, nobody want to sleep next to a nigga to be doing shit like this and thinking it's cool. But anyway, I'm so sorry, Will. Very, very sorry. It's just, you got to leave when you hot and leave them with the memory of that. Trying to revive something in this is a whole different world. That nigga's not on their knees with a snot nose like Roscoe. No more. This is how out of touch you are. You thought that was going to be funny. It's a whole different world. This world's not even good. I don't know who you're doing it for. These people are not even worth trying to impress. Leave with your dignity. Because this is, anyway, so that's the new Will Smith rendition of a song. And let's see what he talked about on N.O.R.E's couch. You know N.O.R.E don't tell nobody the truth. All N.O.R.E do is clap like a chimpanzee and says, wow. So he ain't going to tell them the truth. Let's see what happened. He's getting funnier looking by the episode. What the hell?
So people said to me, Will, you sure you wanted to do Drink Champs? He was like, what's your rap name? I was like, Fresh Prince. He's like, okay, that's the character's name, Fresh Prince. How come he don't want me, man? It's like, woo. That's damn, I just did it to myself. Just give me the bottle, give me the bottle.
In Queens, the rumor is that Nas helped you with Jiggy With.
We boycotted.
I'm so sorry. Remember I told you this 3 times when I'm mean? 1, when I'm trying to be funny. 2, when I'm really trying to be mean. 3, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm trying to tell the truth, and my realness might just be mean. Well, I'm going to try to be mean here because N.O.R.E said some whack shit about tax, and I really don't play like that. But N.O.R.E got 1 tooth on the top. There's no lines, there's no division, just 1 enamel straight across.
Helped you with Jiggy With.
What? You ain't saved no money from what? You found Manuel Noriega in the Philippines. He got a mansion. I don't know if you guys are old enough for that. But I know the residuals for that would allow one to have more than just 1 straight tooth at the top. It's just 1 tooth. No division, just vibes. Okay, had to get that off my chest.
We boycotted, right. And
oh, you boycotted N.O.R.E?
N.O.R.E, yeah.
And you still accepted your shit?
Yeah, that's gangster, right? Yeah. Like I can transform my mind and my eyes when I look at somebody and fall into a character. It's like really, it's natural for me. Man, relax.
I can't do it. Anyway, this is what older people should be doing. Tell us the tea on things that we didn't have access to in a time where social media didn't give us a front row to these celebrities. That's cool. That's how you get your second wind. Literally trying to make another rap career when the first one was 30 years ago, a different time. Man, I wish you wasn't so rich that people were afraid to tell you the truth. Okay? That's what it is. And you slap people. So it's like a double whammy. You rich, so I want to be your friend, and I seen you hit somebody. All right, and you're not small. You're not small at all. So I can understand how we got here. We watched you hit somebody. You're not small, and you got money. So nobody really want to tell you the truth. I wouldn't tell you the truth. I'm talking shit because there's a screen and only 14 people in here. If you ask me, I'd probably tell you that shit was fire. So I understand. But now that I have the distance, that shit ass, please, Men in Black plan. We'll all forget. We'll pretend out of love for you. All right, what else is going on the internet?
Y'all.
Big U. I don't know. This guy is, and I forgot to show y'all the clip. They said that the character, that brings me to leaving when you're hot. Everything, I love when things mesh. 2 things at one time. Leave when you're hot, leave it alone, and let's do podcasts about it and fill in the blanks that way. Don't. Big U is the inspiration behind the character Debo from Friday. This morning, it was released. Are y'all here for it? Warner Brothers greenlights a 4th Friday movie with Ice Cube last Friday. How? Chris Tucker found God. He doesn't believe in the roles unless he's going to do this one. John Witherspoon is gone, so who's going to be Pops? Why, when, and where? What is y'all obsession with reboots? What is the obsession? Y'all don't let nothing just be a nostalgic dream. Like, oh, you remember that? Y'all didn't learn from Jordan. You got to leave when you hot. Because when you put on the 4-5, it usually don't work. But anyway, I'm annoyed. It's just, Whatever. Back to what I was gonna say. Big U is the actual Debo. You know Debo coming? It was released this last week that that character is literally Big U. And he's gonna go away for a long time. And when I say a long time, I mean forever. This is a lady. Her name is Alicia Choice, aka SKG. Be a fucking lady. She claims that Big U put a hit on her, and he's the same person who put a hit on Nipsey, and that's what they're alluding to. 9 minutes and 58 seconds, baby. You better pull me in the first 45.
Oh, I got a call a couple of days later that Big U had put a hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
And so a few people called and told me, but one person that called me was Monique Slaughter. And we quit being friends because she was going around telling people that Big U had put a hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
And that was like, wow, like you put a hit out on me because what? I took up for myself because I'm not going to let you punk me. Okay, that's fine. I'll handle that accordingly. You know, so it's stuff like that, but I'm not scared of that man, Adam.
How different do you start moving once you realize there might be a hit on you?
I'm moving the same because I'm not walking in fear. I can't. I did that for years dealing with this man. He bleed just like the rest of us. His team bleed just like the rest of us. I'm not letting nobody never again put fear in my heart.
Wow.
Sounds
I
good.
mean,
I
you're
would almost believe
incredibly
you
strong person. I just got to take a
up.
moment to say that.
But baby, I'm moving differently. I'm moving to Cuba. What the fuck? But anyway, y'all know he got snatched up last week. There was a young guy on his son's football team that died mysteriously. That was him. They're saying that Nipsey wanted out of his contract with Big U. He was under, I don't know if it was management of Big U or a record label, but it was coming up on the anniversary of their partnership ending, and Nipsey wanted to, explore other talents, and they're saying that Big U's the one to put the hit on him. We are going to find out with the upcoming indictment and trial and stuff like that. Lil Baby's name came up in court for, why is everybody, this is the thing, right? I'm just a regular civilian, but I have a brain and it works. The thing with the judicial system is it's not really just, because someone could do something really bad and they belong in jail forever and they won't stay there. And they won't stay there because it's like this. The DA just wants checks on their board. We got to win. They don't care how long the win is. So I say that to say this. You could really be in jail for, let's say they sentence you 25 years. You don't have to do the 25 years. All you have to do is when they have a new case and they need a new check, tell them what you know and you'll be out, just grab a Snickers, you'll be home any day now. So knowing that, it's never safe if you were to want someone eliminated, to pay someone to do it, because all they have to do is tell someone, hey, that dead guy down the block, I got some information, and you're going to jail forever. I say that to say this. If it's imperative that someone no longer lives, you got to do it yourself, because no one's going to care about, how y'all made this whole hood myth that snitching is bad and punishable by death, and death, it's a myth. It's not real. Hold up a Twinkie in front of somebody in an open gate, and your ass is grass. I'm singing like Ariana in Wicked. Lil Baby, for some reason, allegedly puts tickets on people's heads. Something I'm just never doing. Gotta do it myself. If I need you gone, you will have to wait till I get the nerve to do it, because I can't snitch on myself. I can, but I won't. But anybody, it's just, first of all, paying somebody to kill somebody is pussy. I don't know how, let me be a lady. What are y'all doing? All right. Lil Baby allegedly has money on people's head, and they're saying there's wiretaps that prove to investigators that he has tickets on folks, and this is why they're saying that there is an indictment coming down on him within the next week. All right. So Lil Baby's name came up in court during a wiretap played by Atlanta gang investigator Marissa Verito, who claims he has tickets on all of these folks. The alleged only by family and Goodfellas members are accused of murdering 2 Oakland teens.
They ain't even like that, man. Them folk got tickets on a lot of these folk, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on.
All right, a whole bunch of ghetto shit I don't want to be a part of. But that's what's going on. And now that we are over there, right? That seems to be the investigator that Young Thug called a liar. Oh, this is about to get so ghetto. Can we wrap this up? All right. Last show, we talked about the passing of young Scooter. Everyone was confused because there was this thing called swatting, not to be confused with squatting, which is staying in somebody's house because you've been there so long they can't kick you out. Swatting with a W, not a Q, is when you call 911 and make a false call. And that is now a felony, punishable up to 5 years. So now we reviewed the case with young Scooter, and there was a swatting situation where a lady called and said, hey, we need police to this house. There's a woman being beaten. She was thrown out naked. They get to the scene. They don't find the woman. They find Scooter. They pursue a chase. Scooter hops the fence, ruptures a major artery, bleeds out. God bless the dead. He passes away on his birthday. Now, everybody's like, huh? What? Doesn't make sense? Still doesn't. I'm not here to make sense of it. I'm here to tell you, people are so weird, right? You can sit back and watch the whole world looking for you to put you away. And you're like, damn, I could be pretty famous if I tell on myself. Yeah, it was me. It was me. The felony punishable up to 5 years, that's me. I ain't gonna let nobody else get my claim to fame. Baby, put me in jail because it was me. Huh? This is where we are as a people. People would go to jail for 5 likes and 5 seconds of relevancy, and then you're in jail like, wait, they forgot about me? Absolutely. The next dumb bitch already was born, and the next story heard.
There's an action there.
So this is Demi Blanco. She turned herself in. Not even turned her, she told on herself on social media, and they went and got her. She admits to calling 911 on home on young Scooter was at before he passed. Says she was getting physically abused, so she called to protect herself. Never had intentions of getting anyone hurt. I was the one getting hurt.
There's a reaction for every action. This is part A. You guys didn't have part A. You guys only had part B. And the narrative, it looks like I was trying to set this man up because you guys don't have part B. I'm giving you part B. I'm giving you what led up to the call. I was physically abused, so I called to protect myself. That's the issue. That's part A. I never had any intentions to get anybody hurt. I was the one that was getting hurt. And I came here to say my truth. That's it. That's all. I don't want no clout. I don't want anything. All these troll pages. Y'all don't know me. None of y'all know me at all. At the end of the day, I'm a woman, and I was physically abused multiple times. There's a reaction for every action. I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved.
Police have not told us if that woman was ever located or if they're looking to track down that caller.
He's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
The woman.
Thank you, two bad bitches. Let's say that she's telling the truth. What is wrong with saying, hey, I'm being abused? Hey, why would you? This is what's going to make it very hard for people to believe you. One, because what changes the situation from the angle of the narrative? The narrative is still a woman being abused, police come. Why change it from police come, a woman is being abused, rather police come, I'm being abused? What was the difference in changing the angle if it's first person or third? You're a weirdo. 2, if you were abused, why go and hide and not be present and show the physical abuse marks so that you would avoid the swatting charge of a felon. Girl, you's a lie, you's a lie, you's a motherfucking lie. You is a lie. And someone died. All right. Even if you didn't lie, this is too weird for you to, anyway, to justify. So this world is crazy. I'm just here to report the ghetto news. What can I do? So that's the latest news on the young Scooter death. But Young Thug is, we know, out on the contingency of a probationary period of, I think it was 10 years. And on this probation, he really has to just be a good boy. What does that entail? Staying out of Atlanta because that's where your gang, did its gang activities. Staying away from violence. And baby, Young Thug alluded to knowing something 2 days ago. I don't know if the blogs have it, but just take my word for it. I look like a liar a little bit. Cool. I am. But not today. Young Thug tweeted 2 days ago. What does he call him? He doesn't call anybody by their real name. Like Lil Baby, he calls Wham. And Young Scooter, he called another name. But let's say his name was Nemo. I can't keep up with the ghetto shit. It'll come to me later. He'll be like, he said, redacted, let's say Nemo. Nemo was shot. That's cap. So everybody's like, well, you ain't gonna let the family be the one that come out and say what happened to Scooter? So he came out and he denounced the original story was given. He's saying, no, he was shot. Oh, autopsy's back. Nemo was shot. And we're like, huh? He didn't give us no context clues, nothing. Just dropped the bar. Now, there is a federal agent on that case, and I think it's a federal agent we just talked about on the Lil Baby case. Remember I just gave y'all somebody's name just now about Lil Baby putting tickets on people's head? He said her name the other day. He said, such and such is a liar. Now, I'm not saying that this is close to inciting a riot. I'm not saying it's close to anything that I would deem voiding his probation, his parole status. It's just something, I wouldn't really tap into. I would look over the fence, say what them niggas doing over there. Copy. I wouldn't really get my hands on it. Not because it's punishable, just because it's too close to confusion. Baby, yesterday, Fannie Willis says she thinks the Young Thug's post qualifies as gang activity, baby, because it threatens law enforcement. Brian Steele, his attorney, also gave a statement saying nothing Thug did violated the terms. Now you got them filing for a motion to revoke his probation and put him back in jail because he said somebody was a liar. Now look at this. This is the Superior Court of Fulton County, state of Georgia, states a motion to revoke probation. The state of Georgia, buying through the undesigned counsel, and moves this honorable court to immediately revoke the probation of defendant Jeffrey Williams. The defendant has demonstrated a blatant disregard for the law. That's a little rough. I didn't see that. The safety of witnesses. How? The integrity of judicial proceedings. Yes, because you're calling someone a liar, but bam. This is my Twitter. I didn't say it on the stands. The state submits the defendant's continued presence in the community under probationary supervision presents a clear and present danger to public safety and undermines the law of the... Come on, y'all. But hey, here's the thing. Remember what I said about it being too close to a mess? And I just look over the fence? Bro, you just got out 4 hours ago. Why is you, gotta talk like y'all sometimes, why is you getting into ghetto people mess? Now, you already know Fannie Willis has a hard-on for you. And she got taken off of your case only, solamente, porque she was having a romantic relationship with somebody. It was a soap opera, a big-time novella right? So she got taken off the case, but that thing is still hard for you. Still, why are you giving people anything? Give them nothing. Go ghost. But anyway, this is what's going on.
District Attorney Fonnie Willis.
What our motion is concerned about is that we certainly believe that his post was to threaten law enforcement, which is all part of gang activity.
Jeffrey Williams' attorney Brian Steele told me by phone it is never appropriate to be engaged in any type of witness intimidation.
All right, so that's what's going on over there. So now that he got wind that he might have made a boo-boo, he tried to do a little damage control last night, and he posted this. I don't make threats. He meant to say threats, but he wrote treats. I would like a treat. But anyway, I don't make threats to people. I'm a good person. I would never condone anyone threatening anyone or definitely participate in threatening anyone. I am all about peace and love. The Fed said, pick up the phone, baby. You're coming home, baby. This is the thing. Y'all gotta stop. You gotta stop. I wouldn't say trying to still be tapped in with the culture because there's still feelings there because you guys are friends. So I can't even say that you were trying to be tapped in. You don't let your emotions take the front seat because you know these people, because Lil Baby is really close to you. They playing with him over there. They playing with Scoot. It's just, you want to be a good friend or you want to be free? Free for 500, Alex. Fuck them niggas. So that's what's going on over in Ghetto Town. What else is going on? We're going to keep it ghetto. I don't know if y'all know Tay K, because I thought Skip knew everything ghetto. And I was like, you know the guy that did the race? He like, huh? Okay, you 39. I forgot. I thought you was tapped in, Unc. This guy is a rapper that raps about killing. But he really did it. And like his songs was used as evidence in the court. And they put him away for a long, long time. But they said, hey, bring that ass here, boy. You got more murders we got to talk about. What? Why am I even coming to court? I'm never coming home. So you just want me to come back as a cat and go to jail again? Like, I just don't understand the judicial system. Can't we just cancel it out? He's going to die in there, ma'am. We're wasting taxpayer dollars. Okay, cool. So they pulled him out of his cell, said, wake up. So you know you're going to die in here, right? Yes, why are you waking me up? They want you to die again. Is that possible? No, but come on. You got to. So anyway, he's already facing football numbers. They pulled him out of his cell to start a new trial from another murder in 2017 where he pulled up to a Chick-fil-A with a white girl driving the car, another boy in the back seat, and they keep on calling this kid the Mexican, which is so strange to me. But the witness says, yeah, I saw the Mexican. And I think it's okay because I think she's Mexican. But anyway, he has to sit in court and hear about him spending another life sentence in jail. Anyway, this is a clip if you guys know who Tay K is.
Driving the vehicle, do you recall what they looked like?
She was a white female with blonde hair.
Okay. And so when you turn around and you look in that black four-door, what did you observe going on in that black motor vehicle?
There was a Mexican that was sitting in the back.
Why she had to call him a Mexican? And you know what just dawned on me? They probably do the cases when the person's already facing life because the family needs closure. As it just hit my brain. If you are the family member of someone that was killed is personal to you, the person being in jail already may not give you the fulfillment of your loved one being, their justice being served. So I guess it's for the mental strength of the family. Yeah, you know, he was going to die in there anyway. We made sure he died her. Yes. Okay, so the boy's already going to die in there and they're doing a trial. Stop saying the Mexican boy. His name is Mark Anthony Salvador. God bless the dead. But Tay K was going to die in there anyway. I forgot about this. Harriet allegedly is still going to find her way to the north and end up on a $20 bill. They're saying, hey, you know what? It's coming, but let's delay it to December 31st, 2030 due to technical design requirements. Say y'all don't want no black lady on the dollar side wasting our time, but 2030, hold tight, guys. They know we're going to be dead by then. We're going to put a black woman on the $20 bill Wait on it. We'll all be dead. All right, what else is going on? I've been straying far away from health facts, and I want to get right back into that. I don't know how I got away from doing it. That is the ghetto bug. You see how that happens? And I want to fly high. I want to fly above that. You'll be so consumed in who's shooting who and who's the baby daddy and who done burnt the chicken that you forgot that your chicken is burning because that heart in your chest is clogged. Now, the most prolific serial killer in American history is not King Von. They got the same amount of bodies, but heart disease has a little edge over him. Okay, in 1 in every 5 Americans die from heart disease. That is, I'm not just going to read that. That sounds a lot. Okay, cool. You want to protect yourself from the King Von of heart diseases? This is 10 foods that will unclog your arteries. 1, fatty fish. That is salmon, mackerel, and sardines. 2, berries. Blue, straw, raz. You pick it. I'm not going to tell you why, because that's going to take up too much time. Just eat it. Don't question me. Eat it. That's what she said. Nuts. Walnuts, almonds, cashews, probably. They're very expensive. So that's probably why they just put walnuts and almonds. Also, olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in monosaturated fats, antioxidants, which lower cholesterol and increase good cholesterol. All right. I am so hot. Avocados. Avocados like cure everything. Garlic, turmeric, leafy greens, i.e. spinach, kale. What is a fucking Swiss chard? You know, the blacks, we were really set back. You ever heard of a fucking Swiss chard? I bet you the whites love it. Delicious. Green tea, high in catechins, which improve endothelial function, reduce cholesterol absorption, and help clear arterial plaque. Count me in. And lastly, pomegranate, which contains oxidants like polyphenols and okay, baby, just go ahead and drink it now. This ain't no spelling bee. All right, because I needed to get back to health facts because they killing y'all and they're distracting y'all, and I don't want to be a part of it. All right, Club Shay Shay has a new guest yesterday. It was Damon Wayans. I don't want to be rude. Certain people bore me. Not say he's boring. I didn't feel like going through it. So I just picked a couple of clips, let y'all deal with it. And if you're a Damon Wayans fan, you know where to go find him. This clip, he talks about bringing Cat Williams on, what's that show? My Wife and Kids, because he knew that Cat Williams was a comical genius. I wouldn't go that far. Let me tell y'all right now. I don't feel it for Cat Williams when it comes to comedy. Cat Williams is entertaining when it comes to speaking. When you go over to Netflix and you put his name in the search bar and you watch his specials, baby, I am not impressed. So I really don't get it. But I get Hollywood funny is different from hood bitch funny. I'm hard to please, and I'm not a hater. I am, but not in this case. He just doesn't do it for me. So let's just hear what he got to say. Let's go in, out, and find something else to talk about.
I laughed because Cat is funny. Cat is one of the fewest comedians that in one word you know who it is. America. As soon as he opens his mouth, him, Wanda Sykes, Chris Rock, you know, that means you have a clear and distinctive voice, right? Right. So when I watch a comedian, I'm watching funny. I'm watching what's going on behind his eyes when he goes, and he reaches for his drink, and then he starts, and he's thinking funny. Right. He's really roasting these guys. Right. People took it, you know, like personal, like he was just having fun. Right. Got that liquor in him, had the fire going behind him, you know, he was like feeling stuff.
If that is your idea of funny, I don't want to take that from you. Me, on the other hand, not so much. Okay, so he talks about Cat Williams. He also talks about Kanye, and this is what I don't get about Shannon Sharp's interview style. Asking people about other people in an interview just doesn't make sense to me. But since you did, I'm gonna listen.
You know, when you see a Kanye, you know, and people are mad at him, you know, what he's doing is wild, but, you know, when you see a homeless person in the street and they talking to themselves, you can't be mad at them. Something wrong, they sick. Right. Kanye, something wrong with him. you know, and people, I don't listen to the homeless man yelling stuff and think, oh, he mean that?
Right.
He don't mean that. It's just coming out.
Right.
Right? So somebody needs to
grab him.
Somebody, you know, that's when you need an uncle.
Right.
Grab him. Hey, come here.
Do we agree with that interviewing style? Does it make sense? Do we care what entertainers think about other entertainers, or is it just lack of journalism and the ability to ask the guest questions that are based upon them and still make the viewer interested? Because that's where I am. Do you lack the journalistic skills to captivate the audience solely about talking about this artist? Or you just don't know how to write questions or conduct interviews, so you just got to be messy and ask about other people's lives that have nothing to do with the person sitting in front of you? I'm going to go with my train of thought. But anyway, and one more thing that I took. Damon Wayans says he was supposed to play Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character and Jerry Maguire, but Tom Cruise thought he was too tall.
For you, you know, so I had not auditioned, they picked me to be in, Show Me the Money. What movie was that? Jerry Maguire.
Oh, Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Had a big meeting in New York, and
so you was gonna be Cuba Gooding's character?
I was supposed. Yeah, I was up for that.
Yeah.
They wanted me. I met with Tom Cruise and the director. What's his name? Cameron Crowe. Yeah. And I think that's his name. And
This is why I can't watch podcasts. I have ADHD because that just, am I retarded? Yes. Long story short, it would be on site with me and Tom Cruise forever. Nigga took the biggest bag away from Damon Wayans because I was too tall. That give that little white man too much power. It's because he do his own stunts? Probably. So if you want to see the rest of that interview, y'all know where to find Shay at. Let me see what else is going on my Twitter before I go over to the blogs and I get the fuck out of here because my house is extremely hot and I'm going to pass out. This is interesting. Here is how you know if someone's evil.
Throughout history, time and time again. It states the most dangerous people never have regrets, only explanations. And what that means is, well, do you ever notice how some people never admit when they're wrong? How they always have a reason, an excuse, a way to twist the situation so they're never at fault? How they act like the victim, even when they're the ones who caused the damage. Now compare that to someone who actually owns their mistakes, someone who doesn't twist the truth to look good, someone who doesn't make excuses, but instead makes things right. One of them is always justifying. The other takes responsibility. And so if you want to know if somebody has evil tendencies, don't focus on how they hurt you. Look at whether or not they justify it.
You guys, we are living in a time where anybody can just open up their camera and say, this was so fucking stupid. That is a person that lacks accountability. That does not equal evil. You know why? Because then the reciprocated idea of that is, long as I admit that I'm doing, Token said he looks like a Disney villain. Oh my God, he does. The reciprocated idea of that is, okay, long as that I can admit that this is wrong, I'm not evil. So if I really was to literally take this statement and apply it to life, I can kill people, I can hurt people, I can steal. As long as I don't make an excuse for it and I live in my truth, I'm not evil. Yeah, I robbed that kid. Rent's due and I'm hungry. That's a man that's not evil. He's accountable. Accountability does not... You guys... You fucking... I tell people all the time, and this is not to take anyone's fate away from them. Humans are so gullible. I could have created my own religion where I could have had everybody worshiping pugs. People would have had pug chains and pug portraits. Because the human mind is so stupid. And the percentage of people that actually use it and don't just fall into things, it's so rare. I could have had a religion. I just wasn't here. Because you guys fall for everything. Every fucking thing. If I went down the list, you guys would hate me. But anyway, the jab. She's an anti-vaxxer. I sure am. Okay, what else is going on? Hey, Token. How did Kanye find his way? The thing is, when I started hating people, I start seeing things that I should have been seeing, but I was blinded by love. So this is a clip where Academics is watching Kanye create a beat on his live stream. And then I want to take away the word create. Because to create, in my mind, with music, you getting in there with the guitar. Y'all know how I like to say guitar. You getting in there with the guitar. You getting in there with the drums. I don't know much musical instruments. I went to public school, so I'm gonna cap out at guitar and drums. But you're getting in there with musical instruments, and you're compiling them into a melodic strain that we call. Kanye, you is taking a motherfucking already composed musical piece, and you just scratching it up, and we're gonna call you a genius. And you know what? You've been doing that, but I loved you too much to notice. But let me just see this clip. Let me see the clip. Let me see.
These are the things that my pretty in the morning light, morning light. These are the things that my pretty in the morning.
You guys can't see because the screen cuts it off. There's a little dick licker down at the bottom of the center of the screen. Academics is licking the shit out of the shaft, juggling the balls and trying to show Kanye that he's impressed. And now that I'm not in love, Kanye really ain't doing nothing. The song is already songed. The song is already songed. What the fuck? This is already a song. What are you pressing? And what is it doing to the song that's already songed? Everything's a lie. Everything's a lie. Let me get up out of here. Everything's a lie. What else is going on? Ruby Rose, if you guys care, she was dating a pug. I get it. I love pugs. But like the real ones. Drewski looks like a pug. But anyway, Ruby Rose, one of the top earners on OnlyFans, where you have to be like really good looking, decided to date Drewski. Cool. Cool. Not cool. But anyway, we thought it was a joke. We thought a song was coming. The song never came. We was like, oh my gosh, she's really fucking Drewski. Then she came out and was just like, nope. That was a PR stunt. No, I didn't. Then she came back out today and said this.
Okay, something embarrassing that I've never told anybody. Okay, me and Drew were really in a relationship, and I said it was PR because he pissed me the fuck off and hurt my feelings. So, yeah. But that was really lame of me and embarrassing that I shouldn't have said that, but I was like, I had to stand on it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's in the past now. And we're friends and we're cool still.
And,
and we've known each other for like 10 years, like since high school type shit. So
So these are some of the tweets on the side of her. I only give it up if I'm in love. I don't care how much money a nigga got. I'm rich as fuck. I'm jealous. He is funny and nice though. And for the record, I never slept with that man. Nigga pay for PR. I'm not the pussy. What I do respect is you calling yourself lame. Like, yeah, so I was fucking with him. That was lame of me. But she did have a reason. She didn't really go into the specifics, but she said that he hurt her feelings. Aww. So I'm evil, so I understand being evil. I would sit there and make you look crazy. I would have even said your dick was little and it smelled like piss because you didn't know how to clean the balls. Though you had more balls than dick. I would have called you dick and balls. I would have made it funny. So she didn't really go as far as I would have been on your ass. You hurt her feelings. I hope you wasn't ugly and cheating because you got to pick a struggle. But men, men. So that is Ruby Rose saying, okay, y'all, I'm a liar. I did date him. It was real. I did know him for over 10 years. I knew him since high school. He just hurt my feelings. You better than me. You better than me because we would have drawn this out and made it real nasty. Okay, you know, I'm starting to realize how much of a piece of shit I am, and I really like it here. Okay, what else is going on my Twitter? I don't care. Nope. I be thinking I care about stuff. Look at this is how when they tell you Libras can't make up their minds. These are all things that I liked. That I said, "Oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna discuss it with them." And then I'm like, "Fuck you, fuck her, old lady, fuck her too." My mind changes with it. So all these things 5 minutes ago I thought was so captivating. I'm just like, go fuck yourself, and I chose it. But anyway, that's just to give you the mind of a Libra. None of these things matter in retrospect. Okay, so April Fool's was 2 days ago. And everybody, I mean, goddamn. When I talk about the human mind and how unimpressed I am with 90% of them, why every April Fool's joke is pregnancy. I've been alive for 38 years. And for 58 of them, everyone goes to the same fucking April Fool's joke. And it's so fucking low thinking, low fruit. I didn't graduate pre-K and all I had to do was show up and nap. And it was like, oh, this is my baby. This is my sonogram. Yo, bro, can y'all think past a first grade level? For what? Everybody was doing it. DDG, EBT, Man DC. Everybody did the same thing. So Man DC thought this family is just they're so cheesy and just, the picture they chose was just matched the situation. Just, with a post and delete from Man DC, she called crying, and you didn't even proofread, telling, I think that's when you're really, really upset, telling me she's pregnant. Emoji, I am so tired of not being impressed with humanity. Like, give me something to be amused with. I am begging. I can't just keep on rewinding videos of myself like, but I will. I'm not above it. But you guys, use it. I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Somebody got shot. Somebody got locked up. Yo, even this. Yo, I'm doing a giveaway. First people, I'm giving away 10. Psych. Everybody, this is just the pregnancy jokes. And you know what? When you set me down here with this thinking ability that I haven't monetized off of, you didn't think about how bored I would be. You didn't think about that? I'm bored. I am so bored. So that was happening all April 1st. I'm pregnant. He's pregnant. Cole pregnant. I don't want to hear about Kanye anymore. Bored. You know what? And I don't really care for women who don't stand for anything. Not my life. Cause I'll make that chopper sing. I ain't putting no tickets on nobody. I'm printing out the tickets. I'm Fun Time USA. I'm Chuck E. Cheese. I'm I'm printing out the tickets. So I know women are weak. I know. But there's something about public knowledge and public humiliation, even if it wasn't in you, just to know that the world knows that you play in my face every day that ends with why would give me some kind of strength that I never had inside. But no, because we live in an age where people have no moral compass. They don't stand for anything because money exists, right? So you can play in my face. You can humiliate me. You can fuck bitches. You could go on podcasts and allude to, all the things you're into. But baby, long as you buy me a watch, I'll come back. Like what? And you know what? The Libra in me would make sense out of this if this was a girl who was poor. So turning a blind eye to a situation would change your life. But you're not poor. So you just tolerate disrespect because twinkle twinkle. I get it. I don't. I just hate weakness. I hate weakness. All right. This is somebody did a timeline. This is you guys got too much time. Like I like to talk about people, but I'm not creating charts. This is a timeline of the births of Anthony Edwards' illegitimate children. He has one child that was born in March of 2023. Then that same year in September, he had another child. And then in that same year, he had 3 kids in 2023. He had another one. And then he took a little break. We're going to call the break 12 months. He had another one. He got 2 October babies. I wonder if they Libras. Doesn't change anything. He ain't going to be there. So, yeah. The people are making charts about the births of your children. That's pretty heavy. This was a very sad story to see, and this is why I think that we should stop coddling things and people because they're close to us, because we don't know if the evil that resides in them that we're exempt from. You get what I'm trying to say? So you know your son is a killer. You know your son is dangerous. You know he's a threat to society, but he's still your baby, right? This is a very sad story about a woman in North Carolina, Wilson, North Carolina. This is the woman. She had recently made a post. My baby home, my motherfucking baby home. My baby is home. Lord, I thanks you. Baby. That ain't no baby, that's a demon. Hey, the baby, unfortunately, did have no pics. He killed his mama and his little brother. And this is why we need to take, this is why the law needs to take the parents and hold them accountable for certain things. Because you guys be knowing your babies are killers. Y'all would be, and y'all don't care. Y'all don't care because y'all feel like y'all exempt. But guess what? Sometimes you're not. And this is a very unfortunate situation where an example of someone not being exempt, but if you held them accountable and you told, you know what? I seen my baby put a cat on fire today. Maybe the baby needs help. Maybe this ain't baby. Maybe this is Chucky. You guys turning a blind eye may be the difference between life and death. So that happened this week. God bless the dead. Unfortunate, but mental health needs to be taken more seriously. All right, what else we got? You know what? When I do that voice, I'm just being extra. I question the validity of the video. This is a video where allegedly Offset falls asleep in front of $250,000 of money. Now, this is the same Offset that allegedly got beat up in the back of compound for owing little baby money on a bad bet. He owed little TJ, you know, little nasty boy from New York that spits on people. He's really, really gross. Little TJ came on the internet 1,000 times and told us that he was at a casino. He seen Unc. Unc was like, yo, I'm down bad. He said, that bitch still owe me money. So now he be joking on Offset for being broken on him money. Now Offset wants us to believe that he gets so much money. This is so regular for me that I'm gonna fall asleep in front of 250,000. But unfortunately, I have a brain, and his face don't look like he's in deep sleep. Just be the judge.
Hey man, when you win so much money, you don't know what to do with yourself. This nigga fell asleep at the table with 250. 250. No, he's trying. Nigga been up 24 hours.
Maybe I'm a girl, and in the girl brain iOS update, we get these like detective updates in our brain, right? We don't ask for it. It just comes in the iOS update of a girl brain. It makes you a detective unbeknownst to you. So there's certain things in this scene that just doesn't resonate with someone that was really sleeping. First of all, I've seen deep sleepers. Your face is no longer in the control of your muscles. So it would kind of have a hang lip like this. Instead of this tight face that you're trying to give face. You're trying to serve face. You're trying to serve, I am have so much money. And you're not even faking it right. I like to see the chest go up and down in a deep slumber and the involuntary lip sag. I don't see either one of those.
This nigga fell asleep at the table.
This is a nigga that just said, yo, bro, record this. I need to go viral. I lost my bitch, and without her, people not talking about me anymore. You didn't give that involuntary lip hang, the chest going up and down. You ain't give. And I know you a dancer. I know you're capable of the. I've seen the tapes of you. Bruh, y'all are some lame ass nigga. This. So you thought 1986 was the good year to bring me down here? So you knew I was going to be a part of it. Or you knew. I hate it here. I hate it. I hate it. I'm not having fun. These niggas is corny. That's not sleep, y'all. That's not a sleep. That's not a sleep. That's a nigga said, record me, bruh. And there's somebody with over $1 million crying over you. I just don't get it, bro. I just don't. Don't want to get it. What else is going on? So I feel like doing this. Joe Budden and Ish. Nope. Don't care. Oh, let's do a tunnel. I seen this lady. I gotta start knowing people. I won't. I got too much. This brain got too much. I seen the lady. Y'all know where this lady's from? She cute too. This is a lady. They gonna tell me in the caption. I will only know as much as the caption gives me. Her name is Ellen. What has she played on, y'all? Because I like her face. I like the way she moves. I like everything. But anyway, this is a lady named Ellen. Tell me what show y'all know her from. And then we're going to watch and review her tunnel walk. Thank you so much, Illmatic. He said, come on, bitch. Grey's Anatomy. All right, let's see. Ellen. Hey. I knew that face was from a legendary show. I just don't watch TV unless it's Game of Thrones. All right, this is Ellen. Thank you so much, Illmatic from Grey's Anatomy. One of the captions said, let's rewind it. I can tell by that, hey, she is married to a black man. So let's see. I'm scared. We got Ellen. Hey. At the happy place. We got Ellen. At the happy place. We're so happy. We love Ellen. We're so glad she's here. Yeah. 'Cause we got Ellen. At the happy place. We got Ellen. At the happy place. We're so happy. We got Ellen. We're so glad she's here. 'Cause we got Ellen. At the happy place. We got Ellen. At the happy place. All right. So I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 6 for charisma. When she came out, she said, hey, I like that. That's how black people start shit when they feeling something. She didn't do the typical white person, whoa, what's this? She didn't do that. She's the first person that I have witnessed that derived from the Caucasus Mountains who didn't play the, whoa, what is this? And they knew there was debriefed in the waiting room that there was a tunnel where people were going to dance and sing for you. She didn't do that. She did one little kickball change, you know what a kickball change is? I guess you never had dance class, you went to public school. Cool. She did a little kickball change. We got Ellen. That's a kickball change, right? And then she continued just to clap. So it has to stay at a 6. She picked the black girl, canoodled with her real quick. Hey! But she didn't give much after the kickball change, but she looks good. She's married to a black man. I don't know if I should give a point or take away a point for that. We ain't got enough to circulate. But anyway, I ain't no hater. I already got mine. So we got to give it a 6. We're going to give it a 6. I just like that she didn't pretend that she didn't know where she was because her white counterparts, they do that when they come down this tunnel. All right. Shout out to you, Ellen. Now, Raven Simone was on Jason Lee's podcast and she talked about Orlando Brown. You know, she had a show with Orlando Brown. She knew him for years. And she said she has to be very, very, and this is so fun to see someone admit that they're not as witty as somebody, so they don't want no problems. That would be too much for me to admit because I'm really a genius. And I have a big ego. She said, hey, I'm very careful when I talk about Orlando Brown because before the drugs, during the drugs, and after the drugs, he's too quick with the draw. And I like that because people say it about me. No, seriously. So this is is her talking about Orlando Brown.
What I say about Orlando, because I'm gonna keep it 100. This is a safe space. Orlando is very smart. His tongue quips are so much faster than mine, and I know that, right? So he can come off the dome like like that. He's been doing that since I've known him, and I've known him for a very long time.
So
My
it's
quips
schizophrenic
come
stew
3
for the
weeks
most part.
later.
But you can text me for quips.
Hilarious.
I got them.
And
I'm going to quip it up.
I know also that I know his family, I know him, and I knew him before drugs, after drugs, during God, not during God, and he was a comedic genius, and he's still making people laugh. So I would actually...
At others' expenses.
At others' expenses. And I'm secure enough in my bank account and my life that I don't have to dig that deep down to take it. And I also don't have to defend myself about anything because that's his experience. Only way people are going to know it's true or not is if I corroborate.
AKA, I don't want no smoke with that nigga. He is too quick with the draw. But guess what? I got money, so I really don't even gotta talk about it. I don't gotta answer nothing. I'm gonna go count my money. I really, that's why she was they enough. That's why she was they enough to say, hey, I don't play with him. He too good at what he do, and I don't want him dragging me for filth. Okay, Raven, thank you for that. Illmatic said this was the first Raven interview that made him think that she was kind of back to being normal. I don't know much about them, but normal? Nah. What else we got going on before I go hit the blogs? What? Baby. So the lady, is that the lady who did... Y'all know on my last show, I did a little countering to a lady who assumed that BBLs had a smell. That is her. She's one of them. No. Do they all look alike? Anyway, this is Cheryl Rosado. She is Ocho Cinco's ex. They just broke up recently. They were engaged. That was his ex-fiance. She has a podcast. So on their podcast, smelling BBLs is definitely not something we thought we'd be discussing. Let's see what these women
And they don't
have
know
to
how
say.
to wash their ass after they done
You heard about the BBL stinking?
Not the BBL stinking. What?
Yeah.
How do BBL
They
stink?
said that,
How the BBL
a very
smell?
distinct smell, a very distinct.
Wait,
I ain't
wait a
never
minute.
heard that before now.
Wait,
Y'all
time
better
out.
write in the comments, in the chat.
What?
I know people been. I mean, I've never smelt it.
A smell?
They said it's like.
That means if you have a bad one, like if you have that.
That's just you not washing your
I think
botch.
it's from people not getting the massages that you're supposed to get, like the lymphatic drainage, and so like.
No, actually.
Huh?
That's from them getting too much ass, and they don't know how to wash their ass after they done got
No,
all
but they
this
said it's a
booty.
specific from the BBL ones. They not saying it's about
Like
the
a
natural big booty
smell.
girls. They said the BBL.
Yeah, no, and I'm telling you, these new BBLs, big booties, they ain't used to all that booty back there, so they don't know how to reach back there and wash their behind.
No, but they also said though it's because of the fat cells and they're not getting the lymphatic drainage or something like that, and then it starts stinking or some shit. I don't know.
That's
Wow.
just what I heard that one. Chat, y'all heard of that?
We need to find out.
Remember what I told you about human brains and how unoften they work? All right. I'm bored. Okay, what else is going on? I don't want to do any politics. I swear to God, just let it burn. This, real quick, I don't know if you guys remember this video from years ago where Black China had Rob Kardashian's baby, and the baby became Dream Kardashian, the really only true heir to the Kardashian names, because all the rest are girls, so they have their dad's last name. So Dream is the one true heir for the Iron Throne. Ugh, whatever. Black China's mom made a video, a very embarrassing video, singing a song to the baby.
Dream, grandma love you so much. Yes, you're my dream.
It's just, I'm singing. I too sing to my money. I do sometimes. So now that Dream is older, Mama showed her the video, and tell me if you think she likes it. survey says not so much. Get that poor bitch away from me. All right. Jail niggas. Elon crying because he's about to go broke. He's never gonna go broke, but we just don't love him. Just like his daddy don't. Don't. It's amazing the things that I think I would care about until I sit down. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. Let's go over to the blogs. Yeah, I don't care. Remember I was telling y'all yesterday about Selena Gomez, and I did not know that she dated what's this boy's name? The Weeknd. They're saying this song was about her. Don't care, never heard it. People love The Weeknd. I just know I feel it coming. Ooh, that's so good. And go tell your friends about it, about it. That's it. That's it. We are not the same, I am too different. I just did not like music at that time, so nothing was penetrating my ears. But those two songs, they're about. But I feel it coming is my shit. But other than that, the boy's catalog don't stand out. And they're calling him an Ethiopian midget. I don't even know if he's Ethiopian. I just read whatever's on the screen. What else is going on? Adult stuff, ghetto stuff, love and hip hop. No, I don't want it. I do not want it. I hate everything. Oh, another white person. Let's see if they do the stereotypical, whoa, where am I? Oh, I'm white. I'm coming down a tunnel to dance. Let's see. Let's see.
On, guys. Oh my goodness. In the happy place. Dermot. On his way to stage.
I'm gonna give him a 3. He started to pretend he didn't know where he was, but then he pulled it together. But then he came down there and gave nothing. But you know what? Those people, they just don't have no soul. So he did the most for the no soul he had. So a 3 and go. And I never want to see you again after that. They're saying I'm not going to watch as much as I hate Sexy Red. I'm not going to watch a white man call her ugly red and call her a CIA plant. Because more than I hate Sexy Red, I hate. All right. An enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine, but not today, white man. Okay, what else is going on? Let's go to the blog, see if anything important happened today. And then let me pull off this wig because I am sweating. Skip says The Weeknd is the hottest when it comes to R&B. Baby, I live with you. So unfortunately, I've never heard you play him in the house. So you're just talking. If he's the hottest in R&B, why you don't play him in the house? And name his top 3 songs. All right, while you scratch your brain and try to get that together, let's see what's going on in the blogs. Gorgeous Doll files a lawsuit against Magic City for alleged sexual harassment. So, being that I do these stories, I never heard of Gorgeous Doll before last week. Gorgeous Doll was dating Future. So is my grandma. Everyone is, right? And she got under his skin. She called him on live, and he answered the phone and said, I don't know who it was, a whole mess. But he answered on the first ring. So he knew who it was. And now she is suing Magic City. Magic City, I'm the owner. So he's the owner of Magic City. So she's suing her ex-boyfriend for sexual harassment, wage violation, club illegally forced dancers to give them a percentage of their nightly earn. You suing your boyfriend because you're mad at him. All right, nothing to see here. All right. I told y'all they about to make a 4th Friday next month. I just made that up. Give me a piece of the money if you decide to use that. I told you the last show, there was a man who went on an interview, and when he went on the interview, he left his 3 kids age 1, 6, and 10 or 2, 6, and 10 at the ball pit, which was stupid, right? So speaking of stupid, y'all know that football player with the CTE. His name is AB. It's a lot of letters I'm throwing at you. AB with that CTE from the NFL. Christ. AB with the CTE from the NFL made a GoFundMe for the kid's daddy. All right. Why not just spend your money? Why are you using ours? Anyway, AB set a $90,000 GoFundMe for the daddy who left the kids. It's like rewarding a retard for being retarded. But I get it, but I don't want to. They made the $90,000, and let's see. Antonio Brown. Did I say Adrian? Anyway, I know my name. The daddy who left 3 kids at McDonald's. Turns out he was interviewing. Where's my glasses? The daddy who left his 3 kids in McDonald's who went for a job interview. Yeah, turns out he wasn't interviewing for a damn thing. Police said his story didn't add up. So they asked for the security footage, and the security footage confirmed it. Meanwhile, his 1, 6, and 10-year-old were sitting at McDonald's like they were clocked in for a shift. His 10-year-old even told cops he does this all the time and was just being dropped off by their mom. It's a whole mess. And what's crazy is Antonio Brown came out of nowhere and raised over $80,000 for the man on GoFundMe. We can only imagine the rant he'll go on once he learns the truth. I see what you be doing for others. Huh. Am I not good enough? Man, got to be careful. This is why when people say donate, I donate a prayer. I'm from New York, the land of the scammer. Your sad stories, you can bring your sweat, blood, and tears. Baby, I pray for you. And you better hope I don't forget, because I barely had that. Because everybody got a story, and it's not adding up. And it's so unfortunate, because your story may be real, but the other hundreds, I'm not here to skim through. I'll pray for you, baby, and be safe. Gotta go. Look at this. $90,000, and the nigga just be dropping them off sometimes. All right, y'all. All right. So it's crazy world we living in. What else is going on? You know who I hate? It's been a little while since you know what? I have a very short memory, but the top 3 is over. I don't care about Neo today. I don't care about Neo ever. He was just really ugly that week, and he was fucking too many bitches, and he don't want to fuck bitches, so that got on my nerves. Is that? There's a stranger in my house. What you doing here? Okay. I sounded kind of good. Anyway, being that I already forgot about you, you ain't leave that much of an impression. I've always hated Waka Flocka. Ooh, my handwriting is atrocious. They say all geniuses, i.e. doctors, write like shit, so you could have it. Waka Flocka, you're going to come in there first time, you're just going to go straight to number 4. You know what? Because I really don't like cheaters, and I've seen how you treated that Tammy girl. And then you're a Trump supporter, and then your stomach is big, and I don't like fat men. Trump supporter, cheater, big belly. You just never make sense. Well, I just told you why. Too bad, bitches. I don't got nothing nice to say about her. Now, here he is, crying for love. When you had the love, you abused it. Life. And now you're saying you want something soft. You want a woman that you could hold. You had that. No thoughts. You could be the thought, but they can't be the thought. Let's see him cry for love.
And the older you get, you just become so soft. Like when it comes to women, like you just be like, damn, I need somebody to hold me, man. I'm in this bitch by myself. Like, I don't want no thoughts. I want my girl. I'm telling you, man. For the niggas that be like, oh, he's simping, he's soft. Yeah.
I don't. It's so funny how people allow themselves to conduct their lives in a way that's unethical. Because if you ask them, hey, would you be okay with someone doing this to you? Like, nah. but you want someone that's better than you, but you can walk life and live life like a piece of shit, and you think that you are up next for happiness, burn in hell. Burn in hell, bitch. You want to laugh quietly? I'm on TV. Thank you for your support. Okay. Yeah, I just don't get the double standards for men. But anyway, I don't tolerate that, so that doesn't really happen in my life. You are what you allow. Read it twice. Hey, Kiana. What else is going on? Oh, come on. I almost forgot. So y'all know Ja Morant is just a YN with a basketball. This guy really didn't want basketball. Basketball chose him. He really wants to, play with guns. And he just wants to be a YN. I just happen to dribble. If you ask me, I'm a YN first. He was suspended from the NBA with no pay back in 2023. We didn't even think we was going to bring him back. They brought him back. He was suspended for on his IG Live playing with guns. Not like, a professional capacity. Somebody's at the gun range or whatever. Just, riding around with my YN friends. Got them switches on us. Very ghetto. He's back. You know how, like in any competitive sport, the players sometimes, they have a little tussle. There was a big tussle with the Detroit Pistons early in the week, and I didn't get to show y'all. Remember back when I used to be a basketball fan, they had this Malice in the Palace, and it was beating the fans in the stands. I'm like, the ghost of the Detroit Pistons is back. I'll show y'all a clip of that. They were beating each other's asses. It was real good to it. It brought a nostalgic feeling back when men were men. Now, this is a little different. Ja Morant got into a little back and forth on the court with a opposition team, and this is what he decided to do.
Some form of gesture there. You can make that what you want. And then Buddy Hield kind of responded. Some form of gesture.
You are in a position where little kids dream of. The odds, not likely. You somehow beat the odds and you become an NBA basketball star. I can hear the fans in the stands. And you don't give a fuck. You don't care. You'd rather be a YN. You just was suspended the 2023 season, and now you're on the court giving a switch gesture to an opposition basketball player, and then you go on your Instagram and put, no, this is from that. Then you go on your Instagram and you put, Ja Morant is Ja Morant that LOL. Ja Morant is not going to be in the NBA much longer. That should have been the rest of it. Because the boy did. You guys want to be so cool to poor people that you're going to become one of them. There's no joke. But among Ching, that's the joke. So, some people don't learn. They say you live and you learn. Sometimes you just live and you don't. And that's him. So we'll see what the NBA decides to do with that because it's under investigation. And, what can you do? Some people, they just don't get it. Anything else I want to discuss? I really don't have it for love and hip hop. Okay, we could go out on this note. So y'all know my girlfriend Coy. Not I'm a cheater. My real girlfriend is Cash Doll. Coy, you mean nothing to me. Coy Leray is pregnant for this gothic gremlin. She tells us she didn't know. Now there's a woman who's saying that she's one of his girlfriends and that Coy has a spy camera. I can't even make sense of it. Let me let the dummies talk.
It's not even my business to be sharing, y'all. It's not even my business. So I really shouldn't be saying nothing, but they were broken up.
This ain't my business, and I shouldn't be saying anything, but come a little closer. Let me tell you something. What?
Already, or taking a break or whatever. And then, of course, he wasn't loyal to her on that break. And he said he found out she fucked some other rappers and stuff. And she put a spy camera in his room and then caught him messing with another girl. And that's when she went live and was like, he cheated on me, da da da. But really, they weren't together, from what I was told. A spy camera, y'all. A spy camera. She was really trying to catch that nigga. Ooh.
Don't care. Just be happy it's not your life, guys. Just be happy. We review other people's lives. We laugh at them. We learn what not to do. And we go back to our boring, plain lives. That's all I want. Thank you guys for staying tuned to another episode of the I'm Not Impressed show. If you missed any of today's show, don't fret. It'll be up on YouTube within the next 10 minutes. When you get over to YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me, hey, 3 minutes and 42 seconds. This was funny because it's a Easter booger for me. An Easter booger. Easter, ego. Oh, I gotta go. I'm tired. Hey, Trixie, thank you. I see the support. Easter. Why can't I say ego booster? Why? How now, brown cow. All right, guys. Not so fast. Go fuck yourselves. Until tomorrow, if you get one tomorrow, peace.